Fernando, looking back at 2010, the season, what sort of emotions does that conjure up for you?
Great feelings. More, I think, in 2010, better memories I have. Sure, Abu Dhabi, after Abu Dhabi, there is a sad feeling, disappointment for all of us, but looking at the championship in general, at the 2010 year overall has been a great season for me. Finishing second in a world championship is never easy for any driver. Fighting until the last moment, not easy at all. But for me it was more than that. I think I recovered some feelings that I missed in 2008, 2009. Not fighting for the championship was hard. Not fighting for podiums was difficult. In 2010 I didn't lose my self-confidence in a way, but I really wanted a 2010 like it was to fully recover my confidence, my driving style, my motivation for fighting for the championship. So 2011 I started in a better way, full of confidence and stronger.
Yeah, you seem to be the only person after Silverstone that thought you still had a chance of the championship. Most of us had written you off at that point, so the second half was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. Car was improving after Valencia, big step. Silverstone as well, so sure after the disappointment of Valencia and Silverstone, point difference was very big. But with that car I drove in Silverstone, I felt that it was possible to fight for championship. Before, when I finished the race in Turkey, in Valencia, I knew myself that it was hard to fight for championship with not a super competitive car. But in Silverstone, I was really happy with the car, and it was a way to motivate the team because it was a tough period of the championship for us.
Looking ahead to 2011, many changes to the regulations. There's KERS coming back. There's movable rear wings. What do you think of that?
I feel optimistic about the changes. Every year there is the tweak of the rules to improve overtaking, to improve the show in Formula One. So in 2011 I think is one of the biggest changes in that direction over the last couple of years. So I'm very optimistic that the rear wing plus the KERS will be a good solution for overtakings. Will be never as motorbikes or anything like that, but hopefully 2 or 3 maneuvers every race can be possible. And then the Pirelli tires, which probably is the biggest change for us drivers and engineers in terms of adaptation of the tires and performance point of view, because at the end of the day the tires probably is the most important thing in the performance of the car.
You're going to have a lot to do as a driver in the car. The steering wheels are sprouting more and more buttons. There's more and more things for you to change with brake balance through the lap, yeah, with KERS, with all the other things that are going on. Is there too much now for a driver to think about?
It's at the limit, we can say. I think there is basically 1 or 2 buttons to press every corner at the exit of the corners. There is the gear change, obviously, in the levers to keep changing. There is the radio communication with the team. There is some extra cautions, some alarms on the steering wheel, etc. So there is, not in a normal lap, not in a qualifying, but in a race situation, in a difficult situation, in a wet race with poor visibility. There is a little bit too much to do, but we are trying to do that, and we have to improve ourselves, and we have to be ready to do that. So we are professional drivers. Now we have simulators to train this and to arrive ready. So it's part of our job to do the best we can.
Now they always say at Ferrari that the team comes first, but for you personally, are you starting the season as the #1 driver?
No, not at all. I think I started as last year. Felipe and me, we know we work for Ferrari. Ferrari is on top of us, on top of our own interest, and we need to work for Ferrari. We need to make sure that one red car arrives in the first position. but also at the same time we are competitive people, and we all want to win, and with Felipe will be a nice competition as well. Also we know that from half through the season or last part of the season, if one of us has no chance for the title, we'll try to help the other one, as has been always like that. But to start with, I don't feel any preference for any driver.
Okay, thank you very much, Fernando.